Time now again to highlight the top headlines of 2021. It's been almost a year since Joe Biden became the president of the United States. He reversed many of Trump's actions aiming to restore U.S. alliances. Bae Eun-ji goes over what has changed under this administration and how it impacted South Korea.
On January 6th, a mob of Donald Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol. They wanted to overturn Trump's presidential election defeat by disrupting a joint session of Congress that was confirming Joe Biden's victory. Despite strong protests on January 20th, Joe Biden became the 46th president of the United States. Right after he took office, he reversed many of Trump's actions. He ordered for the U.S. to officially rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement after Trump had announced in June 2017 that he was pulling the U.S. out, arguing that it would undermine the American economy.
I'm going to sign, and that's what we do while you're all here. The commitment I made that we're going to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord as of today.
Biden also halted the U.S. withdrawal from the World Health Organization before it was due to go into effect and decided to resume funding for the agency. Earlier, Trump had cut off funding to the UN Health Agency, saying it was virtually controlled by China. After 4 years of a Trump administration that led the country's foreign policy through an America First rule, Biden said in his first address before a global audience that America was back.
America is back. I speak today as President of the United States at the very start of my administration, and I'm sending a clear message to the world. America is back. The transatlantic alliance is back.
He vowed to restore alliances through diplomacy and pledged to bring back Washington's leadership position on the global stage. He said that his administration would work towards claiming credibility and moral authority. On May 21st, Biden held a summit with South Korean President Moon Jae-in, which the Blue House called a huge success. During a joint news conference at the White House afterwards, President Moon announced that the missile restrictions on South Korea had been lifted, 42 years after they were first imposed. This allowed South Korea to develop ballistic missiles capable of reaching targets far beyond the Korean peninsula.
우리 두 사람은 연합방위 태세를 더욱 강화해 나가기로 하고 전시작전권 전환을 위한 양국의 의지를 재확인했습니다. 또한 기쁜 마음으로 미사일 지침 종료 사실을 전합니다.
The two also agreed that their goal is to bring complete denuclearization to the Korean peninsula. But one industry watcher says what's more important is to see whether the two countries will be able to implement the agreement.
Overall, this joint statement is kind of a very important guideline for the principle that South Korea and United States can cooperate in the future. It includes not only security guarantee for the South Korea, but also overall kind of principle how to deal with China. Of course, South Korea and United States did not specify mention about the China, but the overall so-called the liberal international order is definitely reflect in this joint statement.
He added that South Korea faces a huge task in balancing relations between both the U.S. and China. While the Biden administration wants Korea to join its alliance network to counter China, South Korea is in a different position than other allies, as it needs to be on good terms with China in order to resume peace talks with North Korea. Bae Eun-ji, Arirang News.